You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Hit the Floor After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Hit the Floor After Show.
That's right. You sing it, Christina Perry. Hi, and welcome to AfterBuzz TV. I'm Alikona Bradford here for another heart-wrenching episode of Hit the Floor. And with me tonight is another beautiful lady.
Hey, it's Laila Sadny, guys.
Yes, and we are just the two of us. Next week, we will have Mark coming back. Nick, we don't know what is going on with Nick, but Mark will be back, and we have tentatively planned to have Taylor come with us. So, yay, big episode. But tonight was a big episode. I feel like it was so emotional.
Very emotional.
A lot of things going on, and I'm loving season 2. I don't know about you.
I am too. No, I love it. We were just talking about that before. I love season 2. I love all the like getting into the characters and just like seeing more different sides of them.
Absolutely.
We did in the first season.
I feel like too they're starting on, maybe I mentioned this last episode, but they're really dispersing the story throughout everybody, whereas season 1 was a huge focus on Asha and how everybody's affiliated to her, but now everybody, each character is getting their own independent storyline.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm really enjoying, like you said, getting to know everybody. But the first thing I wanted to talk about, right off the top, Asha's in jail.
Asha in prison. Oh
right.
my God.
Which, I mean, Derek's like trying to make her feel like she's really being a drama queen. But
What? No, like that's scary and that's not okay. It's not something anyone wants to go through. And I mean, she got caught with drugs. Like,
yeah,
his
it's
drugs.
traumatizing.
And like when the episode opened and I saw her giving all her stuff away to the guard, I really thought she was going to be in there for a while.
Yeah. Well, it's just, I'm sure that's probably a very violating feeling, just being stripped of all of your things and not really knowing what's about to happen. And the fact that Derek just played it down like, no big deal, it's cool, I got you out. Like, I signed some autographs. And, hey,
It's no biggie.
relax, it's not on your record.
You can cross it off your bucket list now.
Right. But then it makes me wonder, how many times have you been in jail?
Exactly.
If it's not a big deal.
Like him, he knows what it's like.
Exactly. But, you know, and the thing is throughout this whole episode, he is chasing her down, calling her, and she's like, one of my favorite things that she had said to him, and I could quote it incorrectly, and if I do, I apologize, but she had said something along the lines of like, basically quit pushing me, and quit like coming at me, because when I'm ready, I will come to you. So back off.
Asha's getting a little feisty now.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, me too.
Finally.
And I like that she, in her own way, she's running this relationship.
Oh, totally. He's at her like beck and call, pretty much. Just he's chasing her.
Exactly.
And you would think like it would totally be the other way around. He's like this big basketball star, little player.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's how every other relationship went.
I'm sure. Just she's different.
Exactly. That's what we like to hear. See, when we don't have the guys arguing with us about being that girl, she is that girl.
Yeah, she is.
And I like that. The other thing I wanted to talk about tonight, to me, was a big thing. What did you think? And what did you guys think? Feel free to tweet at us. But what did you guys think about Pete? Because, there were accusations earlier that he was an alcoholic.
Well, yeah, we heard about him and his issues before for forever, and then we finally get to see like we saw him have a drink here and there, but this is like full blown he's dealing with his pain and with the problems with drinking. He's just confused. He's in a bad spot. The picture with Sloan probably took him back to a bad place,
right?
And he's just kind of relapsing. It's sad.
Well, even that night, I mean, he may mention too, in the past, I'm sure, I don't know time-wise in TV land, but I'm going to say 48 hours, hypothetically. In the past 48 hours, I am no longer with Raquel. I'm going through a divorce. And on top of that, he had a moment with Sloan where he kissed her, and I'm sure it reignited some feelings. And then he got slammed down.
So he's an emotional train wreck right now.
And I feel like he's getting the most play.
He is.
Out of all the dudes.
Wait, what was what Jude said in the episode? He's like, how many of them are in his
harem?
harem? Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Dude,
fucking
seriously.
player.
It's funny because you would think it would be your Terrance or your Derek or your Zeros,
Oh,
but they're
yeah.
all one woman men.
I
And then you got
know.
Pete over here,
I know.
the adult, if you will, of the group. And he's like, I'm going to hit it here, here, and here. What? You know?
Yeah. Well, I think old habits don't
Yeah,
die.
they seriously don't. I was really sad about the whole German situation too. He's this, bright-eyed guy who's so excited about being in his career choice finally, and it was cool of him covering up for Pete. But that whole dinner promise,
Oh, yeah.
oh, I didn't see that one coming. Did you?
No, I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought he was actually going to get to go and, it would work out, but
Yeah.
he got blown off.
I'm wondering how much of the mess he's gonna have to continue to clean up
So that-
if Pete doesn't clean up.
That's interesting. That'd be an interesting
Storyline.
storyline. Yeah. To see, like, if he's, like, constantly covering for him and, like, now he's kind of being
The head coach,
yeah.
if you will.
What's he going to take over?
Like
I
the
don't-
ghost coach, if you will. People don't realize he's making all these
Plays.
genius moves. Yeah, and then Pete gets the credit for it or something.
Exactly. Like, oh, we want a ring.
What do you think about, because German is the one who calls Asha to say, hey, your dad's hungover, come take care of him. So there's still this constant, even though they're trying to be separated, there's this connection that keeps crossing paths.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I feel like they know each other better than, like, pretty much anyone else on the show. They were high school sweethearts. They've known each other for years. They dated. And then now they're also working in the same environment. So that's way too much crossing of ties, so it's going to be like, oh, I don't want to talk to you, or I don't want to be close to you, but still I have that, like, emotional pull towards you,
Right.
and I'm looking out for you.
Now, do you think in all this, and I'm not trying to be in a prediction territory, but at the same time, we're on the topic, do you think that it's going to lead to them constantly having run-ins to the point where old feelings will get stirred up on both sides?
No, I mean, like, I was predicting that, like, towards the beginning of the season that they were going to end up, like, hooking back up or getting back together. But, I mean, it's possible, especially with everything that's going on with Asha and Derek and her starting to see that side of him. And, like, you really don't. I mean, I like the scene, actually. It's just, I'm jumping all over right now, but the scene with her and Sloane, and when she was talking about Pete and how she tried to clean up his mess.
Yeah.
And that, I could see Asha kind of relating that to Derek in her head.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you saw your mom went through that. You don't want to go through that too. So.
And I love the speech that Sloane had made too. Again, I might say it wrong, but she went along the lines of saying, like, Pete is a loss. It's a lost cause. And she is really deep digging into her hurt from her past, but just saying, I tried. That's how I lost myself. And it's a mess. Don't go there. And that's sad. That's really, really sad.
I just want to say Kimberly Lee's awesome this season. Like,
Oh,
off of this
yeah.
episode, like,
Yeah.
totally killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Ugh. Broke
Anyways.
my heart.
I know. I was like, get it.
Little detail that I had noticed, and I'm sure you guys at home may have picked up as well, but the gig that she kept turning down that Yelena finally said yes to. The conversation Yelena had with this owner individual was basically, what made you come through? Because your cohort didn't trust the way I made money.
Yeah.
I'm all, red flag.
Run.
He's somebody. Unless they're just trying to demonstrate the fact that Yelena doesn't have any morals and Sloane does.
No, I don't think that was the case. I think that he's involved in, like, the whole Oscar, because he was trying to get with Kyle. Yeah,
That's
Kyle.
right. That's right.
I kept wanting to call her Kat, but yeah, he was trying to get with her. And he's like, "Hey, do you want to work for me? Do you want to host my parties? Like, host my parties?
Yeah.
What kind of hosting are you doing?"
Right.
So, I don't know.
She's like, dollar bills in her eyeballs.
It's
What?
like- oh, that was a funny scene.
Yeah. We'll talk about that,
Yeah.
though. We'll talk about that. Going back into Pete, though, so finally Lionel gets to a point where she's done. Well, she's not done. The girl
That's a
ain't
game.
done,
That was a
please.
game.
You know what? Pete has got something going on. He really must, because if
wonder
these girls
what's
are all
going on.
swinging from his job,
What exactly is like?
what is going on?
Yeah.
I mean, Dean Cain did mention some thunder from down under, so he must really be hypnotizing. I don't know. but they have the, I saw it coming. The divorce sex. Did you see that one coming?
I didn't see the divorce sex coming. I really didn't.
How about this? I saw it coming as soon as he pulled out the champagne.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Well, and I will say, am a little disappointed because I thought when that scene happened, Lionel was going to call him out for drinking because he's over here talking about there's a bottle of champagne around here somewhere.
Right. He's
Fool,
wasted.
there's 2 bottles of champagne that are empty right there on your desk.
Yeah, and like cocktail glasses, whiskey glasses on the counter. Like he was wasted.
And she's obviously so sprung off him that she's willing to turn her cheek to the fact that he's got issues because she just wants to be with him so bad.
Right. Yeah.
But in the same sense, I will say that that's what makes her, in my mind, relatable. Because as women, I'm sure we've all had that guy who's got all these red flags of why you shouldn't be with him. But for whatever reason, you just love him so much.
There's that like pull on you that you just
your judgment just goes out the window.
We've all had them.
Yeah, and I think that's what Pete is to her. He's her kryptonite.
Yeah,
oh, play on Superman. Anyhow, and then you got his ex-girlfriend Raquel trying to go out with Jude
to get the secret number.
Yeah, but you know, my opinion on this is, to me, it was very blatant and very obvious what she was doing, and I think Jude was being real naive. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, he obviously has a crush on her, but I think, yeah, he was definitely like totally like, oh, she likes
but
me.
it was too there was no smoothness to that. How about that?
No.
Raquel, she's been turning you down, and then all of a sudden, hey, let's go to lunch.
Yeah, and
like she didn't even let him hit on her.
Yeah, it was no like flirtation or anything. Like she could have at least played it up a little bit more or something.
Let's
you know,
go to lunch, and then as soon as she got what she wanted, oh, you know, I'm not over Pete. What?
Yeah.
But this scene, what angered me a little bit when they went to lunch, I wasn't angry. I was just not smart. Raquel was out in public when she was going through his jacket and his phone.
Yeah, you don't know who's watching.
You don't know who's watching, and you don't know when he's coming back. He could turn around and think, oh, darn, I left my keys in my pocket. I got to come back and get them. Not smooth.
Yeah.
I would have, I don't know what I would have done. So
ran to the bathroom.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe take the phone and go to the bathroom, look it up, and then try to sneak it back in the pocket before he noticed. But definitely not out in public.
No, I know. I was like, what is she? I was like getting anxiety for her.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
And then she even had time to text Sloan while she was at it.
I know.
You're like, what? Girlfriend.
I was like, why don't you just take a picture of it with her phone and then like text her later?
Right. Screenshot it. Send. Go. I'm like, what are you doing? And then we finally find out what her secret is.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was expecting it to be a lot more like scandalous than that, but
yeah, but I could see how that would be so stressful for somebody.
Totally. I mean, she's here legally, so
yeah. And now we know why she was so, oh my gosh, and the whole lie that she made last episode to Jude about why she didn't have her driver's license or something that she didn't have, and she's like, oh, parking tickets, and all over her face. But you know what? That's what makes her a great actor. You know, you've got Jude, this character who's oblivious because he's letting things slide because he likes her, and then you've got her playing at, for lack of better words, obvious but not trying to be obvious. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean? That's a little bit of a complex-ish territory to go into, I think.
Yeah.
And for all her scenes in this episode, I think she definitely was doing that. And I really, really enjoyed Valerie's performance, if you will, for lack of better words, when she was talking to Sloan.
That was a good scene. And I mean, we're skipping. I'll go back to some of the things, but like that scene, it was great. But I just knew that somebody was listening. Somebody was like around the corner. I was like, really? Why have this conversation there? Go have it at Sloan's house.
Yes.
Like have girls' night. Like, let's go to my house and talk.
Right. That was really not smart.
Not smart at all. Like, oh my gosh. So, yeah.
And Jude's coming in here with his chest all puffy
and he was angry because she just told him, hey, I'm not over Pete. He's like, He's like, I'm going to find out what's going on. Like, he just looked pissed. So
and that's the thing, too. That's a double ouch. You already bruised his ego, so that's ammo. Now he's finding out that you got secrets and that you used him. That's double ammo.
Oh, yeah.
So now he's out to get you.
And now you're pretty much getting deported, unfortunately. Hopefully not. But I think it's interesting that how Olivia's character, even though she's not on the show anymore, we miss her, but how her character is still very much part of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Like the scene with Derek at the coffee house. What was up with that?
Yeah. Well, I think this is what I think is happening. I think because we don't know who is really related to the actual murder, I think that the writing team, I think James, I think what you're doing to us is trying to give us little nuggets so that way everybody potentially could be affiliated with this murder, and we don't know who. Yeah. But we're gonna find out.
We're constantly wondering like who was related to it, like how did she die, how did Olivia die, and who was a part of it? Because then they kind of hint at Valerie's character. Her possibly like you called her 15 times.
And I mean, I know you're stressed out, girlfriend, but 15 times, 15.
Like, yeah.
So it's a little borderline stalkerish.
I mean, it's kind of crazy that nobody, when you're investigating a murder, that no one looked at her phone records and
Earlier
said that
than
and
that.
questioned her.
Right.
That's just, okay. That's the first thing people look at.
Well, okay. I'm guessing they just now pulled up Olivia's phone records because they happen to be going through Oscars, is what happened?
They're going through Oscar's second phone line.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, they're looking into who called.
Yeah,
I guess.
because
I was like, wait a minute.
That just dawned on me. You were looking through Oscar's phone records, so how the heck do you know that Raquel called 15 times unless you now are looking through Olivia's phone, which, like you said, should have been done a long time ago.
Like who called her right before she died? Like you can time that out with an autopsy and then with the phone record. I don't know.
Right.
So.
And where's Chase?
I don't
you
know. What? Yeah.
He's just in jail, rotting away.
Gone.
No, yeah.
Gone for good.
I think they'll bring him back. I'd like to see him a little bit more because
I was gonna say, I think when we actually find out what really happened, that he's gonna get out.
Right. Well, I think also too, he's not gonna give up. I would assume he would fight for his freedom if he knows he's innocent. Then again, what fool moves a body of his loved one?
His wife.
Yeah. Really? I mean, I get that you don't want to be pinned with the murder, but I would think you would be so distraught that you would be calling people, freaked out, not lifting her up and putting her somewhere.
Yeah.
And then using her as a tool to get back at Oscar by burying her where he's going to find her. That's
sick and twisted, okay? That's not normal. That's not normal behavior. So there's some more
going on.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. One of the big highlights for me for this show was meeting this new character, Vance.
Oh.
And I will say this, and I'm probably the only strange person that thought this, right? But when we first were introduced to Vance and him and Yelena and Terrance were having this lunch, and he started talking, I was like, is he gay? I feel like he's gay.
Really?
Not that it's relevant to the storyline, but something about him gave me that vibe. And I thought, who is this person? You know?
All of a sudden he's the main character? Like, I don't know where. Like, what's going on?
And then when they start talking about the fact that I was getting confused, honestly, during the conversation, and I thought he was joking about the whole fact that he wasn't retired.
Yeah, me too. And like they were messing with each other or something, teasing. Yeah.
Yeah. But what I like what he brought to the show is that it forced Yelena and Terrance to deal with their emotions and their breakup. And there were so many vulnerable moments.
Oh my gosh.
In this episode for the two of them.
So much. The scene when Yelena's talking about their life, like what it was, I literally was like about to start crying.
Yeah.
Like that was
It was the dance that did it for me.
Yeah,
that was
really?
the moment where I was holding back tears. Logan.
No, amazing.
But the reason is because I feel like when she was with Vance, she was herself. You know, and it doesn't necessarily mean because, oh, well, he's going to forget it anyway, so I could just be me. But I feel like they had some sort of history, and
he's a soft spot for her.
Yeah,
you know?
and you saw her. You saw her talking from her heart, like how no one else has heard her talk.
Yeah, she's being human.
Exactly. You know? Exactly. And it was so refreshing, and the dynamic of her character has changed so much this season.
Yeah, I agree.
But I really like it.
Yeah, it's good to see. I don't know. It's just there's two different sides to her, obviously.
Right.
So it's like now in this episode, she's kind of being like questioned, like, which way do you want to go? Like the whole scene with Zero.
Right.
When he shows up and.
Like he represents that lifestyle, that mentality that was her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Terrance represents
like
the good, the
love, like be real, have a family, like
let people in.
Exactly.
And he had you know what upset me about this scene? The scene where they were about to dance and she's, like you said, talking about all these things, the kids. I'm all, where did you just came up with those two kids' names off the top of your head? So anyway, little so-and-so is doing this. And,
I know.
And Terrance walks in and he stops for a second and eavesdrops. I ain't gonna lie, I would eavesdrop too. I'm like, what are you saying? And you can hear it in her voice because she said something like, life is good. And you see his face. And to me, his face, that was, like so many truths came out.
What did you see in his face, though?
I saw, I don't want to say the word vulnerable again, but I saw this softness, this reflection of what they had, of him thinking, that's the girl. That's my girl. Like, that's the girl I fell in love with. And for that moment, he dropped everything as far as what he had against her.
Yeah.
And And when they were dancing, both of them, it was like, it's been so long and I'm finally in your arms and it feels so good.
And they can feel it. And that's why he's like, he started to let go. And
Exactly.
Like, he's like, oh, what am I doing?
Can't do it. Can't do it. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know what the ironic part about all this is? This all started from the fact that Yelena drugged him, and the fool is taking drugs now on his own. The same bottle that she planted in your locker, homie, and now you're taking it. And you still want to give her the cold shoulder.
You know, he's in pain. She's just trying to help him out for real. Like, I mean, she like saw him, you know. I don't know.
She knew him that well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was very interesting to me. That, I mean, let's talk about that scene. Here's the thing. Vance represents what he is doing to himself.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like red flag, very blatant why they brought him into the show. I'm not mad at that. But hi, 15 concussions. You kept playing. And for once, Yelena gave reasonable advice and said, hey, you know what? When you fall, you get back up again.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just got to know when to stop.
That was a great line.
Yeah.
That's great. It's so true. It's so true. And I mean, I think, if he doesn't get that, like, take that to heart, then, I mean, I don't know.
Your friend is a mess right now. It's a degenerative disease. It's so tragic. And
so, yeah.
What are you doing? And I am so disappointed. I am so disappointed because I always looked at Terrance going from season 1. I looked at him as being the guy who had his head on his shoulders. He's smart.
Right.
He's got it together. He's got his career together. He can balance things. And so this season, who are you?
Well, I think the breakup definitely affected him, you know?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. With that breakup, I would anticipate some sort of depression or what have you, or maybe full on just career. But when it's a physical bodily injury, I feel like last season, Terrance was like what do I want to say? The words of wisdom. No. Okay. Lack of good words on my behalf, but he's like, oh, the voice of wisdom. You know, if Derek is goofing off or doing dumb stuff.
Right. He's like the big brother kind of.
Yeah, and nobody's looking up after him.
That's true.
Derek, where are you? What kind of friend?
Well, after what Terrance did to him at the roast.
Terrance, you were a butthole.
Come on.
Butthole. At the roast. I know, talking about his mama and stuff like that.
I mean, I don't know what's going on with him in this season.
Drugs, that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Drugs fry your brain. Don't do them.
Everybody stop, please.
Yes. Anyhow. Oh my gosh. That's my opinion on that. Later on, I think in predictions, we should talk about whether or not we think that they're going to get it back together again. Let's see what else I wanted to talk about as well. Oh, Zero.
Yeah, I mean, we have to talk about that.
He is...
We have to. God.
A meathead, but he's twisted and smart at the same time.
I know. It's such a deadly combination, though. I mean, God.
He revealed his truth as well tonight.
Oh, yeah. He just...
We already knew it. We knew he was here to take over, but for him to blatantly say it out loud to somebody else, and for him to sit there and... You know, he's getting off on the fact that Yelena's doing all this dirty work. And he's like, oh, it's so... Did it turn you on as much as it turned me on?
Yeah, he's got...
And... A little bit pushy.
But he said to her, like, I want you because you're the biggest prize in LA. Like, that's the reason you want me?
Yeah, that's not sexy.
That's not a good... No,
I don't want to be with you now. That was dumb.
If I did want to be with you, not anymore.
Right. You do not have game. Don't use that line.
Wrong thing to say.
Right.
And he's just saying, like, oh, you know, Terrance has 4 years. I have 8, you know.
Materialistic. Just all about the,
we could roll the city.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, exactly. That nothing about his speech was convincing, compelling, did not make me want to be with him. Yeah, you're cute, but your attitude sucks. And I don't think I want to be involved with you. Yeah, like, at least try to romance her. I mean, I know that she is who she is, and he sees this side of her, so he thinks, I'm going to play this card. I know she's devious, so I'm going to turn her on because I can be devious with her. And look at me, I'm helping the plan, and I'm taking my clothes off.
And he's saying, like, choose one of us. Choose him or Terrance.
You don't ever give an ultimatum.
No, he did that before with her.
Right.
So she's not saying anything back, so she needs to.
Which is weird. Maybe she's doing that because it's her backup. If things don't work out with Terrance, and they're not looking like they are at the moment, she needs something to distract herself so she's not aching, because we know that's what she's feeling right now. She's missing him. So it's like, he's the place filler. Oh, well, I can sleep with you and pretend.
That, and also I think that obviously she knows that he's devious like her, so he can help her.
Right.
And he will help her. Like,
right.
And probably in any way. So I think that might be part of it too. Like, oh, what can he do for me?
Yeah. I don't know. Either way, you don't put an ultimatum, and you definitely don't go against somebody who has history with somebody else. That never works.
That never works. That never works at all.
No, boyfriend.
Zero. So I don't know about Zero.
I don't know about him either.
He says he's gonna take over.
Yeah, I don't think he's in my notes. I'm thinking about, Pinky in the brain, like take over the world. Yeah, not tonight. Probably not.
Walking
tonight.
around quoting the Bible, taking over.
Something's gonna happen. You know what? You're gonna get struck by lightning. That's what I think is gonna happen. That should happen to you.
But I feel like he doesn't really. You don't really see any other scenes with him other than him and Yelena. Like I don't see him like really like interacting with anyone.
Well, you know what? He and Jude had a scene, and one of the things that Jude said that caught my ear was, A, what the hell are you thinking? Derek is my client too, and now I'm cleaning up your mess. I trusted you. B, I've put my neck on the line or something, which made me think, what have you been doing for him and why? Why is it that important to you?
Exactly.
And I love that Raquel. That just means you're a great actor.
I know,
That's all that means.
too.
But that just means that, oh gosh, I just repeated myself. No, I was going to say, Raquel even questioned, Jude, honey,
Hey,
baby
Jude.
boo. The fact that she said, hey, like you and Oscar, do you even have a relationship? Where's the pictures of you and your dad?
She was trying to get to the phone.
And he's like, oh, dude, I didn't even catch that. I was like, oh, that is sad. You don't have any pictures with your dad.
She wanted that phone.
Okay, see, you're so smart. And what I was going to say is, he said to her something about it's more genuine, that I have to earn my dad's emotion or trust, or if you will, respect versus being given his love, respect, and all that when I was born. What? Like, what kind of, where are you from?
No, because everyone thinks like he's the son of Oscar, so everyone probably thinks everything will be handed to him, so he's trying to earn his way.
No, but I don't even think it's that. I think he's earning more than just his professional respect. He's trying to get just love in general, because Oscar treated him at the beginning of the season like he wasn't even a relative. You can call me Oscar. As soon as he was like, Dad, no.
So obviously he wasn't in his life.
No, I don't think so at all. I think he's just, as far as Oscar's concerned, you were offspring. And why are you here?
Why are you calling me
And
dad?
Jude is this poor child from a broken home. It's like, I just want my daddy. I just want you to be my dad.
Trying to make a name for myself.
Right, exactly. Oh, we're cutting in and out. Yeah, so he's a whole. I want to see that storyline. I want to know what happened.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Like, whose son is he?
Who's the mom? Yeah, where's the mom?
Who is the mom? Do you think it's
Olivia? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Oh my god, I'm blanking. Lionel.
Nah. Lionel is too, I think, young to be.
Yeah, maybe too.
She should have been 15 when she had him.
That's true. I was like, I wonder who the mom is.
Ew, and that'd be kind of gross.
He's
because
hitting
did
on
he
her?
hit on her? Exactly. Ew, no, thank you.
She was around back in the day. You never know. But I don't know. I don't know about all that. I don't know.
I liked Wendell. Wendell put Kyle in check this episode.
He's so funny.
Because he comes off as just being this little, he's the help, and Wendell puts lilac in everything.
Yeah,
that was cute.
That was great.
And I love that Kyle was hooking up all her girls. It wasn't just
me.
Hey, you know what kind of girl she is. You may not agree with what she's doing, but she's got all her girls back. Thank you.
Exactly. She's like, what I want you to do for me is take care of everyone else.
Exactly. What's mine is yours. Girls, come on over.
He's like, bitch.
Yeah, but he was doing his own little conniving, and when at first, I don't remember the name of the guy that she was with that got her the valet.
I don't remember his name either.
But I thought, okay, this is weird.
Yeah.
And she finally put 2 and 2 together and was like, oh, you're my babysitter.
Exactly.
But then he started doing his own little, my boss wouldn't appreciate you, blah, 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 blah.
It's like, who
what?
are you? Like, what?
Well, A, what? B, Kyle, what are your intentions with this dude? Obviously, he's disposable to you because you would care that the babysitter's seeing you do all this stuff because babysitter's gonna relay the message to your non-boyfriend.
Yeah. And then, Wendell thought he obviously was figured it out and got over on her, and then of course she comes back and she's like, oh yeah, you might want to call your boss.
Right.
Of course, there's no, when she wants something, she's getting it.
Right.
Nothing's getting in her way.
She called him a smuggler. She got this poor dude in trouble with the TSA.
In Dubai or something, right? Of all places. Oh my god.
Gonna get violated in so many different ways on the way home. But speaking of all that and Kyle making all these deals and what have you, there was this really incredible dance that happened, hit the floor dance show. My commentary on that, I really liked this dance, more so than some of the other ones. Not that I dislike the other ones, but we got to see A, the full dance. B is very intricate. I've done Bollywood before, and hand movements like that, believe it or not, get very difficult if you're not used to handography. I found it a little ironic-ish and purposeful that they put the Indian girl in the center of the formation.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Oh, I did. I was like, okay, put her in the front because it's an Indian dance. But I liked it. It was, like I said, intricate. The level of difficulty to me, and this is just from what I'm seeing camera shot wise, so not saying this is for, you know, legit, but from what I saw, tonight's dance was far more difficult than a lot of the other ones because of all that. There's a lot of floor work going on. So I like that, and I would like to see a lot more of that, hopefully coming up for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I enjoyed it.
And sexy, very sexy as well. Sexy. So shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Anyway, I feel like I've covered a lot of this episode, but if I've missed anything, by all means, shout at me.
We're going to talk about the conversation with Sloane and Asha and how Asha's kind of putting her in check.
Yes, I like that. I mean, I've talked a lot, so I'm going to let you just bring that one up.
Yeah, I thought it was great because, I mean, everyone's been talking to Asha forever to like not let Yelena like get over on her, stand up to her, and she hasn't, and now she's finally like telling her mom like, look, don't let her like get away with this. You can't let her get away with this. Like, don't let her
backbone. And yeah, Sloane's character this particular episode, understandably, was at a very weak point.
Very like role reversal kind of.
Right. And we've yet to see really her and Asha make amends, because Asha this whole season has been very just angry at her mom. But at this moment, it actually brought them together, because now she's like, Mom, that's your past. She's like, yeah, but my past represents the poor decisions I made. Well,
she's obsessed with it. Like, she's on the internet looking at all the comments. She's like, I'm letting it get to her majorly.
But the thing is to me, and I think Asha was referring to the same thing, when you hide away and you back down from stuff like that, you're letting the other person win.
Exactly.
You need to be out in the forefront. You need to be doing damage control. And if that means going out and just being honest, because people relate to honesty,
totally.
And just say, hey, I was young, I was stupid, I got lost, I got involved, I shouldn't have done it. Yeah. Now that I'm an adult, I'm trying to be a role model, not only for my daughter, but for all the girls in the team.
Exactly. And so they don't go through make the same mistakes I did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the best part to me is when Asha did come up to Yelena, and Yelena's lost a lot of her feistiness, which I'm okay with.
She's holding back a lot, I feel.
She's not the same Yelena as season.
Again, quiet.
With the whole becoming human, if you will, and I think maybe she's just going through her own stuff that she doesn't have maybe the energy, I don't know, but for Asha to I laughed. I'm not gonna lie, I laughed, because as soon as I want to call her Logan, why do I always do that, as soon as Yelena was like, look, blah blah, Asha's like, I'm talking. Boop.
Yeah, that
and
was
just
great.
Gives her one. And was like, yeah, you know what, you've messed with me, and I was trying to be the better person. I didn't stoop as low, but you know what, you just came after my mom, and now beep, I'm coming after you.
Yep. I was like, go girl.
Yes,
finally.
Yes,
finally.
Let's see what this is. Let's see. Not that I'm all for bad morale or anything, but I want to see Asha get her hands dirty and start going for it. Like, somebody, please, Yelena needs a dose of her own medicine.
She definitely needs a dose of her own medicine, and she's just been like messing with Asha and messing with everyone else for so long that it's gonna come back to you, and now is the time.
And I feel like the reason she needs that is not because I'm all for hurting people and like, yeah, let's hurt Yelena, and what goes around comes around, blah blah blah. No, I think you just need to know what it feels like to be on the receiving end of your hurricane, if you will.
So maybe she'll not be as devious.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have an evil person. We just have to introduce somebody else.
Exactly.
Zero. I don't know.
Zero's the new Yelena.
Yeah. Ooh. I just got a visual of him in a wig with some weave. I don't know why.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome. Anyhow, okay, so I think we've covered most of the show.
Yeah.
So why don't we go into some news and gossip?
AfterBuzz TV News.
So these guys are really hard to find dirt on, I'm not going to lie. And plus, I love them all, so why would I want to talk dirt? I'm going to have to find out some new projects, see what everybody's working on. I know Valerie had booked a commercial a little while ago, so I got to find out what that is, and maybe we can check that out. Till then, I'm a picture queen, so I got more pictures. We'll pull those up, and if you are listening to us on iTunes, please feel free to look us up on YouTube, and you get to see all our fantastic pictures. These are just fun pictures that I found. Ooh. I really don't have a backstory to them, but this is obviously Donut Day on set. I love the hat on Rob. I feel like he might be. Oh no, he's wearing a tank top. I'm like, are you shirtless with an apron on and a Krispy Kreme hat? Because that could be some woman's fantasy right now that you're
Probably
fulfilling.
is on Twitter.
I do know that James likes donuts, so you know. And then we got, okay, you know the irony of this one too is you got the two
They don't eat
fittest
like that.
men in the world with like 24 packs on their abs with some donuts.
I know.
Go home, go away, because he probably can't eat those donuts and still have washboard abs. This picture, if you notice the little watermark at the very bottom corner, says Rob Riley, NYC, because you know Rob is into photography. And I love this picture, and hopefully Mark and Taylor don't get mad at me. The world knows. Let's face it. Everybody knows y'all are together, and you're the cutest couple in life. You're welcome to AfterBuzz TV. We make magic happen. I'm still waiting for mine. And that was a cute picture of them. This is an article that I saw, just a picture, a fabulous picture.
That's a great shot.
I love the color, the dresses on these women. If you're listening, it's Taylor, it's Kimberly, Jody, and Dean, all of them looking absolutely exquisite.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to pull that picture up. And then let's go to our next picture. Or maybe I'm done with pictures. I'm not quite sure. I know I had a few, and then I had a couple of videos.
That's it.
Oh, okay. So then we have fun videos. If you go, Logan has her own channel on YouTube. A lot of fun, little, I don't know if they're from Vine, because they're pretty short. Or maybe they're Instagram. I don't know. I'm so bad. I don't do Vine.
No.
But cute, fun little pictures and videos that you can watch. So here's one of them. This is Logan and James.
Take it.
They're red vines.
This doesn't hurt. Eat red vines.
They're so cute. They're so cute. And I love that James is so involved. I mean, not that I've been on all these sets and seen all these creator, director people with their cast, but I love the interaction that he has with them. You can tell that he really cares about them, and you can tell they really enjoy him a lot.
Yeah, they love each other.
Yeah.
They have a good like family thing
Exactly.
going on.
Exactly. And then this one was just way before we started season 2. They were really excited. It was 2 weeks until, and I noticed there wasn't a lot of views on this video, so I'm thinking that maybe you guys haven't seen it. So I thought I would share.
2 more weeks, y'all. 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks, y'all.
Oh, get it. Get it,
2
Logan.
more weeks, y'all. 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks, y'all. 2 more weeks. Hey, 2 more weeks, y'all.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know where they're going. I'm
are-
really
where are they
sad
at?
that Nick Purdue was not here
I
for this
know.
show, because, you know, he's always trying to get Logan to twerk,
I
and she surely was
know.
jiggling that behind.
I know.
Get it, girl.
God.
So those are my fun videos for my news, because I
Good
don't
job.
have any fabulous, exquisite, and groundbreaking news, except for the fact that tentatively, like I said at the top of the show, we're going to have Taylor in. So yay, tweet at her, make sure she comes. And let's go into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Well, I spy with my little eye. I feel like the Yelena and Terrance thing is going to be a huge storyline. I feel like the chemistry between them is undeniable, but I think that the drug use is really going to start a downward spiral with Terrance. And I think that Yelena is the only person that would be able to bring him back from that. Not his teammates, not if a parent or family member were to come in. I think that Yelena would be the only person who could reach him. At the same time, I'm wondering if at that point she'll be ready to open up and ready to be vulnerable, and she just missed the train.
Yeah.
She had the opportunity when they were in that car in the rain, and now he's just on another path. Heartbreak again.
Sad.
You know, because it's ironic, but that's the God. I've been using that word a lot today. But because it seems like in TV and in movies, that's how it always is.
Yeah.
You finally have the courage to open up, and what happens? Someone stomps on your heart, and it's hit the floor.
And you're crushed. And
Yeah.
your heart is on the floor,
Yeah,
literally.
on the floor. So that's my prediction for that. As far as Pete, first of all, Dean Cain, great scenes when he was talking to, I'm trying to remember if it was the conversation he had with German, but I thought, wow, what a great scene, because he was talking about all the things that were going on in his life that were wrong, and he almost had a bit of water in his eye for a second there, and I was like, oh, yes, I like that. I would like to predict that this is just a phase and that Sloan is wrong and he's not going to turn into this big, huge, snowballing disaster. But I don't know. What are some of your predictions?
I don't know. I think with Pete, this is one of my predictions, but Asha's obviously going to go to him and make him choose. And I think, because he wasn't a part of her life for so long, that it's going to be important to him, and it is going to maybe like give him the nudge to kind of like get his crap together and sober up. I mean, obviously he has a problem. He's probably going to have to get some help.
That's to say, I don't think it's something he can do on his own.
Quit, but yeah, maybe go to rehab, maybe get sober. I don't know. I still want some sort of hope with him and Sloan, and like if he could clean up his act, and maybe him and Sloan can end up together, because he's gonna want to help her through what she's going through. Of course, I think so. Maybe that could bring them closer together. They're both going through some major stuff, so maybe it'll pull them together. I
would actually love to see him go through rehab.
Yeah,
I think that has a storyline with a lot of depth in it. And as far as with Valerie, before I was predicting maybe her and Jude, but I think that's just done.
No way.
Yeah, they're not even a cute couple. Never mind.
No. Jude, now after what he heard with the conversation with her and Sloan, I mean,
he's a goofball to me.
He's good. They're gonna have to team up and play him, because he's gonna go to Oscar, or he's gonna have her deport. I don't know.
He's so okay. I love Brent. Don't get me wrong. I love Brent, but the character itself. I don't like him because of the fact that I feel like he tries to play hard. He's trying so hard to earn his way into his dad's life that you're coming off as a daddy's boy. B, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're messing with, because you haven't been a part of this world. Excuse me.
Right.
So you don't know what it's capable of. So you trying to throw your weight around and this, that, and I'm telling my dad, blah, blah. It's like, dude, none of what you're doing is attractive right now.
No, it's definitely not attractive. And then, I mean, with Yelena, that's going to be a tough one. I mean, she's going to have to choose. I mean, I think
she'll choose Derek. I mean, whoa.
That's a whole other storyline.
Yeah,
I think she's going to choose Terrance as well. It's just that if he's going to be able to,
I don't think he'll choose her back.
I don't think he's going to choose her back either. And I had something else I wanted to say. Shoot.
That's twice tonight, you guys.
Gosh.
I'm gonna have to get a new co-host. This one's fired.
Man.
I can't.
Memory loss. Like on the show. No, too many concussions.
If you remember, you got to put it on Twitter.
I'll tweet it.
And if you guys want to know what that tweet is, you got to look for her. Oh, wait.
It just came to me.
What?
Asha, with her messing with Yelena, like she wants to mess with her image. I think that maybe she's going to work something with Zero. I don't know. Because he's going to be upset that she doesn't choose him.
Interesting. That's a good prediction. And I'm sure James LaRosa is cursing at you right now because your prediction is probably
Sorry,
right.
James.
But yeah, so if you want to continue the conversation, please tweet at us or even just follow and like and all those other great things because it supports us and we love you guys. So you can follow me at Kiss My Passport. You can also go onto my website. It's alikonabradford.wix.com/television host. I got a new blog post up there, so check that out. And you can also look for Laila.
Yes, you can follow me or find me on Twitter or Instagram at Laila Sadny.
And that wraps tonight's show. We will see you next week. Thank you so much for joining us.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.